All right, so everything that's coming out is just insane. Like, period. End of story. I got two articles pulled up right now with massive layoffs among multiple, multiple studios. One of which we're going to talk about is PlayStation. We'll see if we can't find the projects that are affected by these. And not just that, the second article kind of surprised me because these are bang, bang, like massive layoffs across two massive studios. So let's get into it. Today's it's PlayStation laying off 900 employees across Insomniac, Guerrilla Games, Naughty Dog, and closing its studio in London. Sony Interactive has announced layoffs at various PlayStation first party studios, including Insomniac Games, which has made Marvel's Spider Man, Naughty Dog, that made The Last of Us, and also the Uncharted series. Guerrilla Games, which made Horizon Forbidden West, and Fire Spirit, which I've never even heard of Fire Spirit, and I guess a lot of people haven't because there's like you see how all these other big studios have a game like in brackets. This one doesn't. It's also closing its London studio. The team behind the PlayStation VR's Blood and Truth and the VR Worlds. In a statement released by the head of the PlayStation studio, he said it seems to cite overgrowth as the reason for layoffs. PlayStation Technology Creative so reported teams are also affected by these layoffs, according to Hustle. He writes, these are in addition to smaller, reduced, and other teams across the PlayStation studios. These layoffs will result in 8% of reduction of staff, around 900 people losing their jobs. This is terrible. Like, it's kind of sad, especially when Sony, which is one of the largest like manufacturers of consoles and first party games. And on top of that, the console wars, they've won for the last three generations or however many, right? That they're still laying people off. And it might be because of a lack of, and they announced this the other day, that PlayStation 5's coming to the end of its life cycle, and that there's no first party titles coming to the PlayStation 5 for the next year. Period. They've already said that. And that they're saying that they're going to see a downward trend with the consoles due to the fact that they don't have first party titles. It's kind of interesting to see that. And with that announcement last week, and then this week they're coming out and they're like, we're laying off a bunch of people. It's all around just not good. And here's what they had to say about it. And our goal at PlayStation Studios has always been to make the best games for PlayStation fans. And our global community of studios represents some of the most creative and talented people within the gaming industry, which I 100% agree. A lot of the first party titles for Sony are just fantastic. Like they're amazing. Like the Spider-Man game, amazing. The Last of Us, amazing. What's another one? Uncharted games, amazing. Like it just blows me away that they're doing this, and they're saying overgrowth. Okay. Anyways, let's continue on. PlayStation 5 is in its fourth year, and we are at a stage where we need to step back and look at our business needs. And at the time, our industry is experiencing continuing and fundamental changes which affect how we create and play games. Which, like I said, that's basically saying, hey man, PlayStation 5's at the end of its life cycle, and we are looking to wind it down. So they're looking to potentially get the PlayStation 6 up and running. Now, I'm not sure how that impacts gaming development or whatever, but it is, obviously. Delivering the immersive narrative driven stories that PlayStation Studios is known for, the quality bar that we aspire to reach and reevaluate of how we operate. Delivering and sustaining social online experiences, allowing PlayStation gamers to experience our worlds in different ways, as well as launching games on additional devices such as PC and mobile. What? So this right here, this statement sounds like they're about to do what Xbox is doing. They're about to bring way more games to the PC. Period. But Microsoft's beating them to the punch when they're pushing first party Microsoft games over to the PlayStation. It's crazy. It's crazy how that works, isn't it? It requires a different approach and different resources. Absolutely, it does. And, I hope that these games, if they're ports or whatever, they do them extremely well. And they make sure they have all the bugs ironed out prior to actually porting them over. To take these on challenging, take on these challenges, PlayStation Studios had to grow. He continues to stating that the growth itself is not an ambitious, likely alluding to overgrowth within the PlayStation Studio as a reason for today's layoffs. Portfolio evaluating projects, because I thought this would have the games that they were cutting. I know one of the games that is extremely impacted by this is the Twisted Metal game. There's supposed to be a new Twisted Metal game coming out, and that one got canned. Followed by this one that was announced first thing this morning. EA to lay off around 670 workers, sunsetting games and moving away from future licensed IPs. This one right here kind of surprised me. So, of course, they're laying off 5% of its total global staff, or roughly 670 jobs. It's terrible, man. And Andrew Wilson noted that accelerating industry transformations where players' needs and motivations and change significantly. Critically, EA also said that it is moving away from the development of future licensed IPs. EA currently has several confirmed Star Wars and Marvel game in development, and a third Jedi game, Black Panther and Iron Man. We've since learned that EA has canceled Respawn's Star Wars first-person shooter, which was announced last year, but has not been fully revealed. Which that one sucks, because from what I was reading about this Respawn, and they should have left it. Let Respawn cook. Because if you guys didn't know, by the way, Respawn Entertainment is owned by EA. But Respawn Entertainment is also the ones that do Apex Legends. And Respawn Entertainment is also the division that created Titanfall. And I feel like Respawn does really, really great games. They really do, especially in the FPS field. But they get held back a lot due to EA. According to Wilson, EA is doubling down on owned IP, sports, and massive online communities. Okay, so I get that. EA Sports is it's a juggernaut. And the problem here is with them focusing on sports games, period. It's definitely telling you that they're going to really push the pay to win model when it comes to that. And by that I mean Madden Ultimate Team, build your player in 2K. They're looking to capitalize on those. They are moving away definitely from the single player experiences, which sucks. This greater focus allows to drive creativity, accelerate innovation, and double down on our biggest opportunities, including our own IPs, sports, and massive online communities, to deliver the entertainment players want today and tomorrow. Lastly, we are streamlining our company operations to deliver deeper, more connected experiences for fans everywhere that build communities, shape cultures, and grow fandom, Wilson wrote. And a lot of these companies say that they're looking to streamline. And when they say stuff like that and they turn profit year after year, I feel like it's because of stock prices and trying to appease their shareholders. They don't care about anything else other than appeasing their shareholders. While developers are also impacted, EA largely hopes to move them off of canceled projects and onto other teams. These changes already been being communicated and will largely be completed by early next quarter. Here we go. I understand that this will create uncertainty and be challenging for many who have worked with such diligence and passion and have made important contributions to our company. While not every team will be impacted, this is the hardest part of the changes, and we have deeply considered every option to try to limit the impact on our teams. Our primary goal is to provide team members with opportunities to find new roles and paths to transition to other projects. Where that's not possible, we will support and work with each colleague with the utmost attention, care, and respect. Okay, I have covered quite a few of these where studios have fired massive amounts of people. This is the first time I've seen anybody mention that, hey, we're going to try to relocate you to a different job, like sector, like a different project. And if we can't, we're going to make an attempt to find you a job. This is the first time I'm seeing anything written like that. It's kind of crazy. This marks another. So this is basically going over what we talked about earlier. Anyways, let's go full screen. Like, I genuinely, my heart goes out to these people. I know I cover this quite a bit. And today's, it was a double whammy. Like yesterday, I didn't even get to talk about the PlayStation one yesterday. But the EA one just dropped. Like, no lie, I typed in gaming news into Google, and it was like the first 5 articles talking about this. And to me, it's insane to see, especially 2 well-established studios, such as, say, Sony and EA, do this to people, just straight fire them. And I mean, I feel like a lot of it has to do with 2020, has to do with, there was more eyes on the gaming market. So, of course, there was that massive boom when it came to the gaming field. So, everybody that was working on higher. And now that they're kind of at their limit, and now they're like, well, we're not seeing as much profit. This is what happens. And I really hope that individuals that I say it every video, this is where innovation comes from. This is where great games come from, is passion. And I guarantee you, we're going to, in the next couple years, there's going to be some great games coming out, indie games from individuals that are passionate about something. And hopefully they stand up for what they believe in and they make great fucking games. I'm going to say it like that. But anyways, you guys, that's where we're ending this topic. Yes, Sony's laying off about 900. EA's laying off another 670. It's insane. Y'all stay safe out there. Don't forget to mash that like button. If I could speak, that'd be great. Comment down below. How do you feel about this? And don't forget to subscribe, man. We're on our way to 8,000 subscribers. And I can't do this stuff without you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll catch you guys later, man. Thank you. Bye.